Hey, so I have a pretty unique and interesting project today. I'll be making a vinyl record shelf, but I wanted to make it a little more interesting. I've made a few guitars in the past and I just really love the process. So what I'm going to be doing is using the shape of a classic Gibson Flying V for the legs of the record shelf. I'll make 2 of these out of some beautiful walnut, and I'll make the rest of the shelf out of plywood. So I have some walnut planks glued up for the neck and wings of the guitar. I also have the shape traced on top of this walnut. I'm going to give this a quick rough cut on the bandsaw. So this template I have is an authentic vintage 1958 Gibson Flying V guitar. What I'm going to do is tape this to my body blank, which is rough cut right now from the bandsaw, bring it over to the router table, bring it down to its final dimension with a much smoother finish, perfectly matching this 58 Flying V. Okay, the walnut's looking absolutely beautiful. This is personally my favorite domestic hardwood to work with. All I'm going to do now is give this a quick round over around the edges, and the legs are finished. Okay, so I've got some real simple 3/4 inch plywood. This is going to be the shelf for the vinyl records. All I'm going to do is keep it simple, make some butt joints with some wood screws and wood glue, and I might even, if I have time, hide those wood screws with dowel plugs. Okay, I've got this all glued up. I have some dowels hiding the screw holes, and I have a Japanese flush cut pull saw. This cuts only on the pull in one direction, and this is gonna trim my dowels flush to the surface of the shelf. So the birch plywood's pretty light colored. Personally, I'm a big fan of black pairing with walnut. So what I'm gonna use is actually Speedball India ink. It's really, really easy to apply, it dries fast, and it's gonna do a really nice job at giving me a nice uniform black color. It works really well on wood with visible grain. In this case, we're probably gonna hide the grain, but that's okay. I think the focus should be on the walnut legs instead of the black shell. Okay, moment of truth. We're gonna get this other leg on and see if it stands up. Okay, so there we have it. Vintage Gibson 1958 Flying V record shelf. Overall, I'm really happy with how this thing came out. I think it has like a real funky Jetsons atomic age furniture design. I think the walnut and the black just pairs really nicely. I think a guitar enthusiast might recognize the Flying V legs right away, but maybe your average person wouldn't, but still would think it's a pretty interesting design. I'm really excited to see this thing in a music studio or a record store.